It was late afternoon when the strangeness struck, sudden and unsettling, tearing through the cottage's fragile calm. She'd been stoking the fire, the poker scraping against the grate, when the key slipped from her pocket and fell, not to the floor, but upward, striking the ceiling with a sharp clank before dropping back into her lap. She froze, her breath catching, the poker slipping from her hand to clatter against the hearth. The key lay there, gleaming faintly, and as she reached for it, it twitched, once, twice, then skittered across the table toward the bedroom, as if pulled by an unseen thread. Her pulse hammered, a mix of fear and fascination, and she followed it, her boots thudding against the floorboards. The key stopped at the foot of the bed, trembling as if alive, and then the floor beneath it groaned, a low, splintering creak. Eleanor knelt, her hand shaking, and pried at the board with her fingernails until it gave way, revealing a hollow space beneath. Dust billowed up, stinging her eyes, and there, nestled in the shadows, was a bundle of cloth, yellowed linen wrapped around something flat and heavy. She lifted it, the fabric crumbling at her touch, and uncovered a manuscript, its pages brittle, its leather cover cracked and stained with age. The title, etched in faded ink, read, "The Binding of the Mire Wrought." Her breath hitched as she opened it, the pages rustling like dry leaves. The text was cramped, penned in a spidery hand, and it told a tale that seeped into her like cold water. It spoke of a creature, a thing, born of the Fens' deepest mire, neither flesh nor spirit, but a blasphemy of both, its form twisting and jerking with a gait that defied nature. The manuscript named it the Wretch, a being summoned centuries ago by witches maddened by visions, who sought to harness the marsh's power, but birth something awful instead. The Wretch haunted the Staith, dragging souls into the water, until a key was forged, a brass relic imbued with a binding right, to lock it into the earth beneath a stone slab near the coast. The key's purpose was clear. It was both lock and lure, meant to hold the Wretch dormant, but if lost or unbound, it would call the creature back. Eleanor's hands trembled as she read the final passage. The Wretch knows its keeper, and in time it seeks them, drawn by blood or will. I bore the key once, and an innocent boy died. I buried this truth beneath the boards, for none should bear it after me. The signature was a scrawl, A. Grayson, 1962, and the realisation crashed over her like a wave. Her father had been here, had held this key, had faced this thing. The jerking shape on the beach, the assaults on the cottage. It was the Wretch, awakened by her presence, her blood, the key she'd unwittingly carried into its domain. She stumbled to the sitting room, the manuscript and key clutched to her chest, and opened her notebook. The words poured out, a torrent of clarity amid the rising tide of dread, and she wrote a long passage for her article, her pen scratching against the paper as the fire flickered low. In the heart of the Norfolk Fens, I have stumbled into a legacy of terror, a secret buried by my father, Arthur Grayson, who came to Thornham Staith in 1962 and left with a shadow in his soul. Beneath the cottage's broken floor, I found his words, a manuscript that unveils the Wretch, a creature of the mire, bound once by a brass key, now in my possession. It moves with a jerking, fluid horror, a thing of angles and malice, and it knows me, as it knew him. The Fens are not merely land, they are a crucible of ancient evils, and I am caught in their design. The key hums with purpose, a tether to this abomination, and I see now why my father's gaze was haunted, why he turned from me when I asked. He faced it, and it marked him, and now It has returned for me. I write this not as retreat, but as resolve, to unravel the binding, to end what he could not. The silence here is a lie. It is alive with the wretch's hunger, and I am its prey.